A barefoot girl danced alone on a busy Atlanta street. She had no home, no money. But when a luxury SUV stopped and its passenger smiled for the first time in 3 years, everything changed. It was just after 5 p.m. on a damp Friday in downtown Atlanta. Commuters rushed past, staring down at their phones, stepping over puddles like they didn't notice the music in the air. Except there was no music, just the sound of the city. Still, in the middle of the sidewalk near a boarded-up jazz club, a girl danced. Her name was Nia, 16, homeless, heart full of rhythm. Her brown skin glistened from the rain. Her hair, a mess of free dreadlocks, bounced as she spun barefoot in circles. Her oversized hoodie flapped like wings. She danced like no one was watching, except people were. Tourists pulled out their phones. Locals passed with judgment. A few dropped coins. Most didn't. But Nia didn't dance for money. She danced to survive. Just when she leapt into a joyful backstep, a black SUV rolled up beside her. Clean, glossy, the kind of car that never stops here. The back door opened, and out rolled a custom wheelchair. Inside sat Malcolm Hale, age 15, rich, silent, frozen in his own world since the accident that left him unable to walk and unwilling to smile. Nia caught his eyes. She stopped mid-spin, blinked. Malcolm stared back, captivated, and then, for the first time in years, he smiled. From the front seat, his father, Winston Hale, a sharp-dressed real estate mogul, saw it and leaped out. "Don't touch my son," he snapped, rushing to the chair. Nia backed up, startled. "I didn't!" She looked down. She hadn't even moved toward Malcolm. Mr. Hale was red-faced, flustered. "He doesn't like strangers." He was smiling, she said quietly. The man turned to his son. "Were you?" Malcolm nodded. "She dances like the wind," he whispered. Winston stared at him like he was hallucinating. What did you say?" Malcolm turned to Nia. "Can you teach me?" The crowd gasped. Nia looked between the boy and his father. "I don't got a studio," she said, "but I can teach anyone who wants to move." There was a long pause. Then Winston said, "Fine, 1 lesson, tomorrow, at our house, but I'll be watching." And just like that, the girl who danced for no one was invited into a mansion. Neither of them knew. This was the start of a miracle. She stepped into the mansion wearing holes in her socks, but what she gave the boy inside was more powerful than money. Until he fell, and she ran. Nia had never seen anything like the Hale estate. White Fountain greeted her at the gate, spewing diamonds of water into the air. The mansion beyond was bigger than the school she once went to. Everything smelled like fresh lemons and money. Her chest tightened with nerves as 2 guards escorted her through the doors and across gleaming floors. Chandeliers hung overhead, like frozen galaxies. But there, waiting at the far end of the long hallway, was Malcolm, in his sleek motorized chair, beaming. "You came," he said. "I said I would," Nia replied with a half-smile. His nurse watched nervously as Nia led him outside to the marble patio. "You sure about this?" she asked. "I'll be careful," Nia promised. They started slow, no spinning, no big moves, just arm sways. She played music from her cracked phone, an old soul track with a steady groove, and guided him through the rhythm. Malcolm mimicked her movements, shaky at first, rigid, but he was focused. Every tiny motion took effort. Sweat dotted his forehead within minutes. For the first time in a long while, Malcolm wasn't thinking about his wheelchair, just the beat. "You're doing good," Nia said gently. "Really good." "I feel like I'm flying," Malcolm whispered. He pushed himself further. He tried to rise just an inch from the seat, but his muscles gave out. He collapsed forward, out of the chair. Everything happened fast. The nurse screamed. Nia dove to help, but her arms weren't fast enough. He hit the patio hard. The glass door burst open. Mr. Hale came running. "What did you do?" Nia stammered. "He wanted to try. He was doing so good, I didn't—" "Get her out of here!" he snapped. The guard stepped forward. Nia backed away, ashamed. "I'm sorry," she whispered, and bolted through the garden gate. She didn't stop running until the city swallowed her. That night, she curled behind a dumpster near the train station, tears in her eyes. She had ruined everything. But at midnight, Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "I'm okay. Please come back tomorrow." And a video. Malcolm, arms slowly swaying in time with music. Nia smiled through tears. She wasn't done yet. They tried to keep her out. The family's butler saw her sneaking in, but instead of calling security, he whispered something that made her knees go weak. After the fall, Mr. Hale banned her officially, but Malcolm wouldn't. Let her go. Every day, Malcolm texted Nia, and every day she returned. Not through the front, but through the garden gate on the side where the roses grew wild. There an older man often stood watching. James, the Hale family's butler for over 20 years. With silver hair, sharp posture, and eyes that had seen things. He never spoke as she passed. She taught Malcolm gently now. No big movements, just rhythm, breath, motion in the hands and shoulders. Even his fingers began to sway with the beat. Some days, Malcolm danced. Other days, he just talked. To her, about his mother, about how quiet the house had been since the accident. "She used to sing when she cooked," he said. "I forgot what music sounded like, until you showed up." One day, as they danced, to an old Marvin Gaye track, James approached. Nia froze, but the old man didn't scold. Instead, he spoke quietly. "You remind me of her." Nia blinked. "Who?" "Malcolm's mother," he said. "She was a dancer too. She taught ballet at the community center. She used to bring kids like you into this house." Nia swallowed, hard. "She died saving Malcolm," James continued. "They were in the car. She pushed him out before the truck hit them." Silence. "She would have liked you." Tears stung Nia's eyes. "I'm not like her," she murmured. "I sleep behind buildings. I haven't eaten today. I don't even own socks without holes." James gave her a kind smile. "And yet you're teaching this boy to feel alive again." From behind the glass, Mr. Hale watched. Every day since her return, he'd peeked, and every day he saw a little more light return to his son's face. One morning, he met Nia at the gate. "Are you hungry?" he asked. She hesitated. "Yes." "Then eat first, then dance." She followed him inside, past the guard who used to glare. That day, Mr. Hale offered her a room in the guest house. A real bed, a closet, privacy, warmth. For the first time in years, she slept under a roof that didn't leak. He, mayor, the media, the doubters, everyone showed up to see a wealthy boy give a speech. Instead, what they witnessed on stage had the whole nation in tears. It was Malcolm's idea. "Let's put on a show," he said one morning. "A dance recital." "For who?" Nia asked. "For everyone." In the weeks since she moved into the guest house, Nia had started teaching more kids, mostly those with physical disabilities from the children's hospital nearby. Mr. Hale, surprisingly, supported it. So did James. They even cleared out the garden pavilion and turned it into a practice space. "I want people to see what you did," Malcolm told her. "What we did." The venue was the Atlanta Performing Arts Center. Big lights, red seats, a stage that once held the state's top ballet companies. When the night came, the audience was packed. Mr. Hale had invited city leaders. The press showed up, the mayor, even school officials, but no one was ready for what they saw. As the curtains parted, Malcolm wheeled out, alone, dressed in all white. Behind him, Nia followed, dressed like a breeze in flowing fabric. The music began, soft-atty. First, then building. Malcolm began to move. His arms cut through the air like waves. His hands told stories. His torso twisted gently. Then Nia danced around him like fire circling a star. Together, they became one force of motion. People leaned forward in awe. At the final moment, the music paused, and Malcolm, using everything inside him, stood. Only an inch, only a second. But it was enough. The crowd erupted. People cried. Phones filmed. It was all over social media before they even left the stage. Mr. Hale stood frozen, then slowly clapped, tears on his face. He whispered to himself, "She gave me my son back." And the world took notice. They thought she was just another street kid. But what she did with her first check turned strangers into family, and a movement was born. Overnight, Nia and Malcolm's story exploded. From homeless to hero, Teen Dancer inspires a city. wheelchair-bound boy stands. During live recital, thanks to young black dancer TV hosts called, dance studios offered scholarships. Nonprofits begged her to be a spokesperson, but Nia turned the spotlight into something greater. She founded Dance Again, a nonprofit studio for kids with disabilities, trauma survivors, and youth in foster care. The first studio opened in a donated warehouse, funded by donations and Mr. Hale's backing. "Dance saved me," Nia said at the ribbon cutting. "Now I want it to save others." Malcolm became her co-founder. James managed the space. Mr. Hale gave them the old family van to drive kids to class. From barefoot on the sidewalk to director of a citywide movement, Nia proved you don't need fame to change the world, just purpose and persistence. And every weekend, she still dances. In the park, in the studio, sometimes with Malcolm, sometimes with strangers, always with love. If this story moved you, subscribe now for more powerful, real-world-inspired stories that remind us what hope, kindness, and second chances really look like. Don't just watch, be part of the movement.